Hey, what's up? It's PDX Guitar Freak, and in this video we're going to talk about tablature and whether or not tablature is harmful to your development as a guitar player, in particular the use of tablature when learning other people's music. Now, this debate has been going on for many years. When I first started learning to play guitar in the 80s, people were having this debate, and it's evolved, and I think the applicability is even more applicable. That's pretty redundant, isn't it? I think it's even more important nowadays because of the fact that the use of tabs has grown exponentially and the availability of tabs has also grown. Now, some of you might be thinking, dude, we've seen your videos, you use tab, we know what you're going to say, you're all for it. And I may surprise you because I see both sides to the issue. Let's talk about both of those sides, okay? So on the negative side, the argument is that using tabs when learning other people's music impedes the development of your ear from a musical standpoint. And I like to call it critical thinking with your ear. Not only your ability to pick out the notes that you're hearing more quickly, but your ability to understand how they are being played and in real time. This impacts other aspects of your playing, such as your ability to play the things you hear in your head and your ability to improvise. Also, and this one's obvious, the more you use your ear to learn, the less you become reliant on tabs. And tabs are also very rarely 100% accurate and sometimes horribly wrong. Now, on the other side of the argument, in favor of using tabs, the big benefit is that it saves time, right? It provides a shortcut. And by providing that shortcut, it allows you to spend more time doing other things. As opposed to spending hours or maybe days trying to figure out a song or a guitar solo, you might be able to learn it in half an hour. Of course, that depends on the song, right? And then you can spend the rest of your time, all that time you saved, on other areas of your musical development, such as your technique or dexterity, and one area that's often overlooked but extremely important, which is music theory. You know, understanding the relationship between notes and how chords are constructed and scales and modes and all that. Anyway, the point is that you can spend your time learning guitar from a more well-rounded or holistic standpoint by quote-unquote cheating with tabs. Now, from my opinion, and again, I'm probably going to upset some people out there, I do see the merit in both sides of the argument. Okay, on one hand, I agree that at the end of the day, your ear is your most important tool in playing the guitar over everything else, and being 100% reliant upon tabs is going to slow down that development. On the other side of the argument, I do see the value in using tabs as a time saver so that you can allocate some of your guitar time to other activities, like I said. In the end, for me at least, I think it's all about finding the right balance. There are times where I will use tabs, and there are times where I won't. I mean, like many of you, I work long hours, I have a family, I try to take care of myself and exercise. I have other interests outside of playing the guitar. I don't always have the time to sit down and methodically dissect a song I want to learn. Even when I use tabs, it does not mean I'm not using my ear. You still have to use your ear. You can't escape it, especially when you attempt to learn more complex pieces. Now, as I said earlier, tabs are rarely 100% accurate and are often horribly inaccurate. It's even worse today than when I was first learning, right? I mean, back then, again, back in the 80s, we got our tabs through monthly guitar magazines, right? Like Guitar for the Practicing Musician or Guitar World, or tab songbooks, which we had to pay for. All that stuff you had to pay for. And while they were not always 100% accurate, at least they were primarily published by people that transcribed music for a living or part of their living, right? Today, anyone can post tabs on sites like Ultimate Guitar, just like anyone can contribute to Wikipedia, right? There's just no quality control. There are some absolutely horrendous tabs out there on the internet, right? And many of them are repeats of garbage that was previously posted, right? And what's ironic about it is I often times will see people on YouTube and I'll see them playing one of the versions that from one of these tabs, and then someone else will learn it from them, and then it just perpetuates, right? That the crap becomes gospel, right? Anyway, even the best tabs that I've seen are rarely 100% accurate. They are someone's interpretation of the original, right? I mean, it's extremely rare for the actual artist to sit down and do the tabs themselves or to verify it. They might say it's the authorized tab by an artist, but that's just them saying it's okay for you to transcribe my stuff, whatever. Okay, so when I do use tabs, I still take the original music, I put it in my audio editing software, and I dissect it. I listen to it at different speeds so I can hear every single note and determine if the tab is accurate. So I still use my ear to analyze it. I'm just starting with a little bit of a shortcut. So in the end, again, for me, it's all about finding the right balance. I don't always use tabs. It depends upon the complexity of the song. If I want to learn an AC/DC song, I'm not going to need a tab. If I want to learn something, with Steve Vai on guitar, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna have to grab a tab initially. So that's my opinion. Okay, I'd love to hear from you down below in the comments section. What do you think of the use of tablature? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I want to hear from everybody. And just remember, in the end, guitar playing should be fun. And if it's not fun, then you really need to think about how you're practicing and what you're playing. All right, until next time, rock on.